Okay, new week, new project. Hopefully we can get it knocked out in a day.
We're hoping to get this in one day.
Hoping.
It's actually really simplistic. We got to redo some wiring in this box. I'll show you guys in a sec. There was
Reseal the roof where there was a ladder rack.
Yep, which we're just going to simply use some 5/16 bolts, some Marine 5200, and seal that thing up for the guy. We've got to weld
Make this reconnect.
that in there somewhere, somehow. It's going to be tight, but we'll see if we can. I think we can do it. And then we have a machine in here we got to fix right quick. It just broke a handle off. We'll show you that in a little bit.
Just little stuff, just annoying little things that add up.
So the other thing is interior lights inside here need to run to battery power because they run with the parking light circuit now. So he has to have the parking lights on to run his interior lights, which kills his battery. I'm trying to do that. And I'll show you all that here in just a second. Hi-ya. All right, so we did some digging in here. Pulled these wires out just to trace this one here. Oh yeah, and we're gonna fix this for him. We're not letting him go down the road like that. We probably won't even charge him for it. I believe this is the wire. It goes into a hole down here. That is simply all taped together. So we're gonna fix all that real quick. Shouldn't be too bad. All right, I'm gonna start right here. And we'll work my way down. So I got these clipped. We're gonna put them all inside here so nothing hangs out and gets caught on anything. Now just repeat the process. Much better. No more masking tape. We're just going to stuff those back in there. I'll work on all this down here. Alright, so it's been a few minutes. Show you kind of what we've been doing. So, right there, we put those two bolts in. A couple of these self-tappers to pull the roof back up. We're going to silicone the whole thing. Ray's up there working on the front now. In the meantime, I'm playing with wires. We just ran the interior light wire. Oh, all the way up the chassis through here, and I gotta solder that right quick. But main thing is we can hit that switch and those lights come on. Call that a victory. Yay. I'm gonna start up a wire, put the rest of those wires back in our loom and stuff them where they go. Basically, I had to put those bolts in and then get this piece to meet this piece with self-taps and then seal it with silicone on all four corners.
All right, for our next step, you're in the box here in the right rear. You gotta get a weld up in there somewhere.
For this handle. There's basically one of these on the inside. I just hit it with the angry Dremel. Carved out the channel underneath. I want to try to get some weld on it. I don't know. Maybe a better thing. I hit some white now. There we go. Yep. Well, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try to hit that with the arc. Yeah, it'll focus. There we go. Yep. Let's see if I can run a bead on there right quick and get this thing to hold. We'll see. There's definitely no way I'm getting a video of that. So I don't know. I guess let's burn it and see what happens. So ends another day. Some of the stuff we ain't getting a video of. We will show you the end result though. We basically got done is there's a machine in here. I took a picture of it. I'll put it up right now. So basically that machine fell over in one of my buddy's other trucks there. Broke the handle off, whatever, welded it back on. It took us 5 minutes. It took longer to set the machine up than it did to weld it, but anyway. We got that lever over there welded on the passenger side. Ray basically did the entire roof. I had not much to do with that. I was running wire and playing with soldering torches.
Held a ratchet at one point.
Yeah, I held a ratchet for like 3 seconds. But what he basically had to do was the top corners here where there was a ladder rack, it pushed the roof down. So this corner was the worst. We had to beat it up, put a bunch of self-tappers in it to suck it back up, and so it met. We lathered this thing in Marine 5200.
Some nice, strong, grind away adhesive.
Yes, this stuff, I love that stuff. It's a love-hate, I should say. It seals phenomenally, but if you ever have to take it off, you're screwed. The only other thing we had to do was the holes on these locks here.
Locks.
We had to enlarge them a bit because the locks you want to use are huge. Other than that, it's a day's work. We're just going to sign off for now, and I swear to God. We'll be back in a day or two. Boom up a bit, see what happens. Yep. This truck here, this little 8-ton, will pull a box truck. Believe you me, we've done it.
We pulled semis with this. Loaded semis.
Yeah, last night not so much. He was way too buried. The lift gate was on the ground, the axle was dragging.
Both axles were bottomed out.
So we had to go out there with the big boy and this one working together. So now today we get the pleasure of firing up the pressure washer and literally cleaning mud from places it shouldn't be.
Chains, straps, hooks. Basically every piece of equipment we used last night.
Hats. Matter of fact, how bad is it? Hold on. When you've got to clean your bloody stand because it's covered in mud.
And the floorboard.
Yes, and the floorboard.
We both still have boots covered in mud. Probably will be for a while.
Yeah, they're crunchy. They're definitely crunchy. So we finally were able to get you a winch out video. Finally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has been only twice now that this winch has stopped and said, nope, I'm done. One of them was in a Bobcat stuck in the mud.
Of all things, like buried.
Half the Bobcat was buried. It was very bad.
So I knew we had problems. I had him on my headset I'm always wearing. He was just talking to me and I heard the winch. I'll put my boots on. Yep. We're going to fire up a pressure washer and proceed to actually unmud these things. Yeah, fun. I swear, it can't take you nowhere.
But I can pull a truck.
True. Y'all might be asking why we're pressure washing in here. We got a drain hole. There's a drain hole under each of these chain pockets. So the bare fact of the matter is, you gotta get the mud off the chains. It's already slipped into the boxes and clogged up all the drain holes. So we had a pressure wash out. Plus I had a quart of gear oil still in there a while ago. Kinda need to clean that up. Anyway. I got one more chain, back of the truck, I think this is finally done. So just for a little bit of context, I know the truck's running. These are the chains we were using last night, they're 1/2 inch. These two over here are too. This is a 3/8. You see how much bigger of a chain that is. This is 3/8 70, that's 1/2 inch 70. This one and the next one are both 1/2 inch 80s, overhead rated.
It's Wednesday. Yep. Another project. That long, awkward silence. The saga continues.
So we have a small project to do. A buddy of ours. Step in front of the camera. Why not? Yeah. So a buddy of ours does a lot of drag racing. He fixes a lot of, or modifies a lot of drag cars. We're working with a 9-inch on this one in particular. We've got to set the bearing distance on this one, and we've got to machine a spacer, I guess you call it.
Basically, it is a hub-centric spacer, so that because this diameter here is 2 3/4. The inside hole on the rotor is 3 1/4. So to keep it so that the rotor doesn't wobble and everything on the end, we got to make a spacer that will fit around here, yet inside the rotor hack. Basically making it hub-centric instead of lug-centric.
Yeah.
That's not good. So we got to cut a big circle, put a little circle in the middle, and then make them all true. Yep. With an extra 5 holes for lug studs.
Yep. So this is going to be a lot of machining and precision nickel work. The bearing depth also has to be dead nuts on this. They are using a fixed caliper, so we can't have the axle shaft poking out one way or the other. Otherwise, it just drags and chews the pads up, makes the car slower, customer complains. We don't want that. We want this guy as fast as he can be. So we brought a chunk of 1/4 inch. We're basically going to make a 1/4 inch, make a 1/4 inch flange, and then it'll be 8 bolted between the wheel and the rotor. It'll all make sense here in a little bit. So we're gonna get after this and hopefully get this part. This part should be done today. We gotta do it for both sides. So
Yeah. At bare minimum, we'll have one done today, and
we'll have them both done.
we'll have the basic parts done. Maybe just the assembly tomorrow.
Yep. So we're gonna. Hey, God. Hey YouTube. So today is Friday. It's gonna be the last part of this video. So doing these spacers for this axle, the centering hubs, or rotor centering things, whatever you want to call them. As always, nothing ever goes as planned. We made 2 of them. You see this one got a little toasty. The inside diameter was a little bit too big. And I'll throw some weld in it, a little bit of oxyacetylene in it. Build it up, machine it back. Well, this thing warped like a banana. So, trash box. Ray swung over yesterday. We made 2 brand new ones, and they fit phenomenally. I think we've got a total of like 10 thou play in the whole thing, but just enough to get these things on and off and not be a natural disaster. So today we're going to punch 5 holes in here for the studs. We're going to figure out what pattern that is off the old axles. What I'm working on now is these bearings here to press on for a 4/9 inch. So we're not going to press these on and off and on and off and risk damaging them because they're not cheap. They're Moser bearings. They're pretty expensive. So what I'm going to do is I got a piece of Delrin in the lathe here. We're going to make a mock bearing that'll just slide on and off relatively tight. Therefore we can take our measurements off it and set our depth where it needs to be. Hey-ya. So, Delrin in lathe. Typically with steel, I would not start with 1 1/4 bit. The final diameter we need is 1 1/2. I'm just going to punch 1 1/4 real quick, and then we'll go to the big bit. Yay. Cool. So this here just meant to be a mock version of this, so we're going to have to keep pressing it on and off. So now we can measure for our depth, see if we have to space this up any, where it needs to live. Rotor's got to be in the exact spot that it was on the other axle right there. But yeah, now I get to measure. Yay. Okay, I'm behind the camera here. See, I'm here still, but I'm back there. Anyway, so what basically we've done is measure the distance from here to here. This has to be right. This distance cannot change. Now, what has changed, the new bearings and the old bearings, the same thickness, 825 thousandths. This flange is 100 thou thicker, which really screws us up because we are at 3090 here and 3250 here. I basically got to take 100 and some thou out of this collar here to allow the bearing to slide further forward. All right, so if you remember me saying this was 3090, let's see what this is. Collar's there, mock bearing. Turn the stupid thing on. We're at 0. 3111. So that's going to give us a difference of 20 thousandths. I dare not machine that anymore, and the reason being is I don't have any real pressure on it. So by the time we put that, I'm about to go to my buddy's shop because I don't have a press here. By the time we actually press all that, it'll probably compress a couple thousandths, and we should be good. I just talked to the guy we're doing it for. He said that should be fine. So I'm going to hike over to my buddy's shop. We're going to get this knocked out. All right, everyone. So the next day, it's going to be the end of this video. We did get these done. We got the bearings pressed on, which are under here. So we got our spacer in here. Rotor's nice and tight. So yeah, I think we're good to go. Yep, bearings right there. Got our spacer underneath it. Got the lock collar on. These guys are ready to go to the track. So we're gonna get these dropped off and go from there, and then we're gonna go edit this video. To everyone watching, me and Ray both appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Like I said, that's gonna wrap this one up. Like, share, subscribe, all that other fun stuff. That'd be greatly appreciated. We're trying to build this up more. I know we haven't been able to put one a week out like we've been trying to, but it's just been crazy. Notification bell, doing. It's right there. It don't cost nothing. Click it. And with that being said, we'll be back in a week or two with some who knows what. We got a bunch of stuff going on, so we'll see.